Welcome to Ceana TV. You are watching from Ceana Central, hosted by Steve and Empress Mawusi. Ceana, helping build Everland. Welcome to Ceana TV. You are watching from Ceana Central, hosted by Steve and Empress Mawusi. Ceana, helping build Everland.
A very, very good morning and good afternoon to everyone. Marco Ado a happy new year na amashama. I am so glad ba Mika Dogo le a kaji egba. Ye mi le a bright new year ma. Li dak bena mauba a plomi to a 2025 ama hu ke bakode a 2026. I hope amashama adu epa any Christmas abaklepe ye akatami dini Gaka vevito nyaba miadakba ba migalakbe. Yemile lama sesame. Ke makpemi va Ceana Central. Egba enye wanatohiade enye a very special show. Yenye pa nemia donkuji va ya. Api mia yide a convention na le Dallas. Mina minyaba Mia noviado but you are called Yodoki Akoko Savo ne you are Seth as executives of the Ceana. Abna mi plova akaji ye mi jonya makplo ye onioka odongbenami be you are wa over vademonami ye mi yibe dakono. Gaka a more popo the kada hagahu by mia elect a treasurer for Ceana. Abna electoral commissioner na manyaba amave call you one corner but you are call you doki akoko savo. Yeta agba enye a special continuation of nyaba special sections market me wo know your candidate. Yeta agba enye know your candidate for the position of the treasurer. Gakade mabekpe nyavelia novinye. Miada mia mama asadu jide yekpekpegede munye egba ne mia ajo nyamakple mia two candidates out na mabekpe nyenkonye aposti magado a happy new year na milo maroko kamia ashidu ayide Chicago the windy city masasamba snow jajama malabobio mapoba leke snow ade berry novinya lo lisese ha. Let's go meet Mama Sediji. Hey, Kemia Kataminya, but Miga Yoneva, Empress Mawusi, the one and only. Mama Sediji.
Akpano of Steve, Modogba Nama Shama, Miato of our mere phone. Afa ye afọ jogbenwe na milo lamasa abokadrika dagbanava nyasala kula nukpala enye Empress Mawusi ya mama to always on mi akata mie takpana mawubade afa ye ya ga tumido nkakenye sa tumido nana mawjine ma ha mie takpana mawu ta agba abale of Steve Gleana miko special amado kogbonava Ceana Central jigbai miato minya mia president ya bade Ceana for gawo lebe miakpo am de diado ko tia handle miakpo ganyao ta yo ko position ma ahedagwe ye amo movado o apply tagba mi be mia abiawo nya miakpo bade how do they qualify leke o miakpo ganyao handle ge akanya sala klonu pola mi ga ya fiara kolo mia ko monu popo ya de na mia yi mia ka wa po announcements via do de na mia ko wona ha kom mana mia jila o mia sro mia hiavio mia pa futo de na mia ga trogbo mi ga ya fiara kolo. Will be right back. Welcome to Ceana TV. You are watching from Ceana Central, hosted by Steve and Empress Mawusi. Ceana, helping build Everland. Welcome to Ceana TV. You are watching from Ceana Central, hosted by Steve and Empress Mawusi. Ceana, helping build Everland.
Mama Sediji, eganya pokpom ndi alaka gbagbalo aba afeye ya dum nielo aba tu yi nielo
Aba tu nwe to madakpa na mauba de magakpo 2026. Wonku bade on 31st night Amado got through Magba. They still didn't make it over. So come on. Mado make it over Hako through Magba today. Every day is a blessing. Alabama dak bana maubade but shiagba agba ninagami every day, you know. That, so I have every reason to always dress up and put on my lipstick and put on my eyelashes. Eyelashes are garoma nyamokpona the cow gaka abagba mokpo 2 different style of eyelashes. Gaka madina nama, you know, I'm alive. Why not? Akbea. Oh, opposite. When you have
Unfortunately, I have 2 candidates, and when you go dog, over Vakata over your Ghana, what the do of Magako, you have one of your Gagipo. Yeah, well, like a view of
internet and yoga fear.
Well, can be the Zomia, you there, Ghana, Cavadi, over a full set, Dr. Faith, set Ababio-Twi, yeah, a sob, who take me ave akpi ava a kaji, kaba. Na mia ajonya makle eta mia yide Ghana na mia vekpe afo set mi anto mi yone ka ke even coin Dr. Faith Seth Ababio-Twi vakaji.
Hello. Barakunya into okay. Yeah, Medok Banam Yafete, Clamco Kaji.
Where's on cover Ceana Central?
Barakuakwe.
Just so I'm a shamananya of Feta, Miakatamila Chicago Fia is such a wonderful guy. Such a wonderful guy. Therefore said, where's on cover Ceana Central G?
Akwe.
Aha.
Yo, okay.
The doku afia. I mean, I fear no cho, I poka me no cho, I'm making a nya ha. Namia da shoe, mia jishu only fine.
Akwe. Abaleke oyo miyoma, obe nye, oyombe Faith Seth Ababio-Twi. Mecho, ebe ingbaji, le peki area. Abe, me de school Ghana vide abe me ba yide Chicago to come men of match vide abe me dogu mia de to pe haboboy ko yobe every association of Chicago abe for the past 25 years me no do me abe mi no ejedi mi doje mi wodo asikplasi akot to Ceana do le suku de dema alo le nous sosro ma me va de sku vide le America che abe obloro obe bachelor degree le accounting master's degree le accounting abe with doctorate degree in accounting yeah mes accounting go man me ka sena ne ka pere abe le new do me ha me wo do vide na state of Illinois me wo do na bank ko be Bimo Harris abe le new had de me na high school Chicago nutu me me wo treasure do na every association of financial secretary do na every association of Chicago for the past 6 years. Me de hakple Ghana National Council Tory ple habubu weko nye church eko nye non-for-profit organization. Abe for the past 20 years la me de hakple we le opa aga konta wo ple aga nunya gome me de hakple we le pepero ale ke mi atonwa aglo mi afo ganya lo mi ade mi afo ganya kofia jidiru ke po ganya ji ple ajoga hohoji ale pere ma nyo apa me currently la ele Chicago oyo fuma be University Park kake me la mo ke video le Ghana abene ko megbea me fo asanku ya me meji haten Davi Mawusi ya leke kala nu kosi gbe do kunye ko defia mele
Opuna sanko akpa.
me fo asanku meji haten me no koya me o kunye metenduo. That's the only thing. Ta nuvi ke anyale wonya ya mi.
Ima akpa. Ofo Steve nyada la jua.
But Sakuma Fumola, Avagada, Vano Fumla, the program agita. Yavana, Adventure Sakuya, lo, Static Saku, Yalo. You, Yama Fune Bado Bear, it's a Kaviaji. I was said, Marku, Manyapa, Abaya Wadogado in the financial area at the school. With a financial background, allo accounting specific, allo accounting as your major. Gaka, you have served as a financial secretary, allo financial controller in the various organizations, including the Every Association of Chicago Church and a lot of non-for-profit organizations. So, the position of the treasurer, what is the role of the treasurer in a non-profit organization?
A treasurer fe doda si alo nu eke hiena treasurer be wawo le fupo fe ke he o me hena jogawa gba treasurer fe do ale very ele pe de ko menye nu pampon de ko treasurer ale bene kpobe ihoga chu ha me fi ugbo abe akoga akpogbe ko ga ko ide bank akpogbe ya adegbe fan ega eke ihwa amiko o hefa alo amiko joga ojo usually ojo pe nu jojo wa adegbe fan lo na akametiwe and mostly treasure pe do ya na bene no be wa planua treasure enya make apple nu ke he kametio da sidejibe ne no play nu play o play nu jojo wa treasure pe do nyu kake treasure pe jipola le eke anye zimenola na popie abenenye be gaji konta wala okwefu pe o wodeka mostly be committee alo finance committee alo financial committee no odupe na Nigeria be ega ke wa le pieme plega ke o le dibe yo akwa treasure pe do nyu be watan ho ajoga ma out watan ho ga kemitowe ya akpogo be idewo bank abe a report ana wopie be a guy ke snu yo po at any given time and then guy ke use new ke you blank eke la approved by the committee allo la approved by the councillor wa no nu be blank play mpopo wa conta na contrary to creating the new treasurer position, it looks to me, it has been, I don't know whether it's an oversight or not. Kake Ceana fe dodo alo fe nuya open like a constitutional me jele me be treasurer position le fima ta eno kata va no agbale ga contact agbale ngolaji, which I think is not right. Yata he woko nu akove be treasurer position hele opener. I decided to contribute my quota for the massive support eke he Ceana na mia venyigba Ghana, Togo, I think it's a very good example of a very good organization. Susu alo nyepe untetere manche makonyu untetere akosa vode Ceana me abemi atonwa ayiji atu Ceana wanyo. Don't forget, Megbo Mecho Peki Same, and we have benefited from Ceana project le Peki Jake. Thank you.
Yo, Akpe said it might be okay. So the treasurer position is a very simple. It's all about taking in money, accounting for it, and disbursement. In short, that is all that is the treasurer's position. Until the constitution for some reason did not make provision for the treasurer position until recently. A motion was moved by call to create that position. But by history, we have had a treasurer's position in the Ceana organization in the past when we had the secretariat being on a station in one state, one association. At that time, we did have the treasurer's position, and the head of the Ceana secretariat then was the executive director. At that time, we did. When we went to elective position, when the constitutional amendment was made, we turned it into the financial controller. So the financial controller somehow became responsible for all the financial matters per approval or request by the president, as you rightly indicated. So I just wanted to put that out there. Makwaba, there is a lot of, we have a lot of callers online already, and that I give us Makwaba da Mary Plato Kata, Mary Dawenya Plato Kata, you are all online. Akpa Nami. My question, the card of Vado Galashnika, let me yield to Mama Sadiki, the Empress.
Hey, Steve, Akpanoka. Amada kuku abialo aban ale nanyana Ceana miva kakam I mean from 2020 over a change for the better miapa ganya over kakam fia tamaba mabiabade suggestions kawela show nako improve miapa financial reporting club booking onunya la sure leke mi ate improve mi apa ganyao ye suggestions kawe la sure Madakuku, I yield to you.
Okay, Madaku, miapo project where Ceana is a project-based organization. Ta besia gbami hiaga. Okay. Le akpagban to ma bia leke mi a wa improve mi ako ga popo a ne mi ako ga popo a me fu be ne be meeting jira mi ako ga konta onwede mi jira wodo nweda mi aton bia ga ameko hena ga alona enu edukowe one ne mi lenkure leke mi report na mi ako tax returns are organization ke he onye pupukwe gao eke wo naga ajo wato naga mrepuku mato anamiga ta there should be a proper reformed le eleke mi aten ajra mi apuga eleke mi report na mi apuga do da ajoga jipola henye internal revenue eleke mi level fifiekela I don't me American man namiga kakene mi jira mi apuga ga konta wodo nwere mi atenwa biaga enu ala ogbo eke wa na mi ga be mi atenwa ko I improve ta your main point le fia yebe there should be a reformed by the way we present our financials, the way we prepare our what do you call the 990s. We should have a detailed 990. And the setup of the organization, for anybody to give you money, they're looking at the setups. who is where, what do you have in the positions. About those things, like, okay, if they can see that, okay, we have professionally designed our organization. That would be the best way to move forward with financing our project in the future. And that's what I intend to bring if you guys voted for me. Okay.
Oh, Steve, you are muted if you are saying anything.
Yeah, Dokumanukumba. If you guys vote for me, that appeal, it is specific to the core members.
Yes.
Because Miakotowi and Akomadaga, unfortunately, many universal suffrage, Makwaba da married the owner the way you got my vote. It's that Mary, you need to talk to your core reps or so you can
maybe we should read some comments.
Yeah, okay. Okay, Mama Mary could take it away.
Okay. Mary Dowanya, but my beautiful people. Selassie haba anyonyoga. Michael Fiachiba Ayiko Nami. Selassie Gaba, my favorite people. Michael Fiachiba Mamaga, you start the campaign for Faith Tree Abi. Hello. Michael Fiachi Gaba virtual back. Time obey Sankupula enya na emikwe magba. Sankupula enya. Mary Dowanya Hagaba, good candidate, multitasking. Mary Dowanya Gaba, Ofo Steve, you do all. Ofo Steve does all. Anyaha, I do all. Mary Dowanya Hagaba, talented man. Ivy Henkel, but hey everyone. Mary Dowanya, but hi Miss Ivy, welcome. Ivy Henkel, but thank you at Mary Dowenya. Michael Fiachiba, well spoken. At Mary Dowena, he got my vote. Let's try him. Mary Dowenya Hagaba, hi, Professor Steve. So far, Auntie Vivian Newman Haber, Doctor, you are more than qualified for the job and a very trustworthy person when it comes to money. I wish you all the best, and I trust that you will do well to help Ceana. Michael Fiachi Haber, she has her core. I don't see. She has a core rep on the. She has her core rep on the call. Okay. Yeah. So those are the comments so far. Thanks for all the comments. Madakuku mina comments on Vavam. Amadaka. We are ton. Yema miak bonfia madakuku. We are ton mamia hamiga me no trozu. How did they say 13 anyway? Okay. No, trozu
Blaton.
So let the 15 share, it comes to 30, 30 share goes to 60, right? That me no one mam na mama kuku me na me comments on let's grill this man. Me be nya the share da me ba your be. Me be nya sala klo nu kola akpa na me cover center ji. Of Steve, over to you.
Yo, Yema, take a quick break day so that you can get your questions in but we have the second candidate will be coming on shortly. Yet we want to get in all your questions. We still have some few questions, especially the core members. This is your opportunity to be able to ascertain some views and perspectives of the candidate so that you can be well informed to enable you make a decision come next Saturday. I am told the election will be coming. We will take a quick break. We are talking to Dr. Faith Seth Ababio-Twi, who is a candidate for the treasurer's position. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Ceana TV. You are watching from Ceana Central. Hosted by Ofo Steve and Empress Mawusi. Ceana, helping build Everland.
Salamare Wagarella Sojina Wabu, Iwabu Mayi.
I got a kid up with you. A full fire, I can buy that you go away. Oh, here I pay. Hey, Mamma, who died in Africa? Kaka, who do come okay? Can come as you. Oh, ticket. Etiquette to Yamapla. I put it. Taki Molora engine, a man, no vavo, Yamada Pukea. I got them at that ticket, Taloto ticket, and I want to go. Engine, Kenny, Mananaku. Apo Council of West Association of North America, Ceana, Topa Zama Produma Pasiapari. 2026 Twela Ganoga Butu. Wala Boba Zara, Bubudo Chica. I can't even Ceana Manola. I don't know Boston. You drew worry. They're going to play air ticket. This is like Whatever Priamatola, Maryland, they have to come. USA to come. Whatever the Fadi Vaga, Bethesda, North Marriott Hotel and Conference Center. Maryland, Magudi wana divagama. Kona to go to a 10th September, putting my second, Coca-Cola, Baba, putting my second, Adrab. Can I have Berto? I don't know to come at all. I don't know anybody to. I don't know Ceana Manolare. Bajaba Azana Tumu. So, Kuyamaka, Naji etiquette call. We might have Ababio-Twi-Candidate and Yamazamo in Yama. Tell you when I register, talk him and register. Let register and prepare. Let prepare when I donate and donate annually. Ceana tomorrow Naza ko abadi doko komo odu Naza koko nanka koko na ngoi doro ngoi bando dola fani badi aba ngoi doro ka bito ko suku horoba taparu manyo bijaru manyo mu Ceana to wana matano duaza o donangri vivi tade mo ha wana no woma to suno da kla kana su bono daka fani ba masi de share kaka tapu ya mabanka program ma bono ka 3 September ba unga 7 September Maryland. Yeah, Bethesda, North Marriott Hotel and Conference Center, Maryland. They might ask Ceana, I let you register, now prepare and donate. Donation, I love it. Yeah, and I be a donate type on my www. And I won't go with Ceana. When I'm never mind, Apple. Diamond, I do now. The Calabama Sadedo. Eh, Tanyamo, you might see it. Yo, name of Bona.
Welcome to Ceana TV. You are watching from Ceana Central, hosted by Ofo Steve and Empress Mawusi. Ceana, helping build Everland.
Aku siapa Ugala? Aku said, "Mereka biar
We for etiquette.
Ela, aku sebab etiquette by a day half la koko ida gada ye kova agbadua bajaba baba said did you do by a gada you get a handover project so play to the kabaraku aka a yada jigan and I call lotto ticket I koko quick
Okay, Emma, me I blow off camera.
Yo, Baba, but there were a few other comments before we took the break. The Baba Maruku
Oh, comment ado galafima.
On about starting from after Michael Fiatiba, she has a call rapper. The next one.
Oh, okay. I'm on one mom daddy. Give me 1 second.
Okay,
Let me
right.
see.
Okay.
Okay. At Ceana Airways, good morning, Ceana Media. At Sankofa Online, great candidate. At Ceana Airways, but Happy New Year to us all. Afi Mekeya, Coach for Success 800, Humber, thanks Ofo Seth. Apart from holding a position as a financial secretary at your local association in Chicago, what individual contribution have you made to the progress of Ceana or of a land in general? Afi Michael Fiachihaba Ofo said, what does stewardship of donor and member funds mean to you in a non-profit setting? Marakuku, we'll send 2 questions. Marakuku Atiadongwa, first one, apart from holding a position as a financial secretary at your local association in Chicago, what individual contribution have you made to the progress of Ceana or of a land in general? Makwat atiako nyamagboa.
Meraku, my simple. Like every association of Chicago, me support na Ceana through a voluntary contribution. aka me I'm part of that contribution. aka me joga there anu jogba me na Ceana program project.
Madakuku adonya ngwa.
Berekwe.
Okay. Second question, neighbor Afo said, what does stewardship of donor and member funds mean to you in a non-profit setting?
Okay. This is
okay. Ajibi avanuchi alo.
Oh, but I'm very fine.
Okay.
I'm very fine.
All right.
Beraku babia ke hebia lea. Ne amede joga nami alo amede nami ga. It's our responsibility to identify or to welcome that person fund or to appreciate that person. Ne nyebe mi legadi alo mi legabia me oya onamiga elebe mi azanga de dodo to heke ha mi he namiga data ta aba mekenye edono he namiga ple mi ameke he hoga. We have a responsibility to channel or do well with whatever the person has given to us. Nyebe mesefe babia menweda le ethical stewardship afia be edibia elebe mi lebe naga nyebe mi joga ko be no ko ba to school ho a elebe mi make sure be ga mi ko to school ho nyebe mi akoba do agbele Bahamas so akpe
Akpano. Madakuku Afo Michael Fiachi, has your question been answered? Madakuku nama answer Madakuku nagakwe darafima neba yagahana clarification na miako wana ko yiji. Afo said inya hamaba mabia bade. One of my main concern let's see since more joins ya na inya donor fatigue. I've been always worried about donor fatigue. Majiba mabia bade. How do you plan on us conquering donor fatigue? Leke miate adumajina ameyo nunama magavachi obade miauko apashiako komiva agabiamu. Do you have any plan on conquering that?
Yeah, okay, neminya meke hemi legabia medeka kwa abe me we need to prepare our books properly. Then me atenwa abiaga me ko melega bia. Amedo le metelega bia just because mele prepared o yata ko abe metele ega pochu tepebubu. Kakene mi open mi apo books onwede ekehe amesia matan kponu ikele mi asi. Nanya be mi log into Ceana. Yami ko mi apo financials way. Amesia mekele the whole world will be able to see how our financials are being done. How we report to IRS, how we report our financials to the state and the federal organizations, and then to the non-for-profit organization. So how transparent we are. If I'm not mistaken, if you type in Ceana Financial from IRS record, you will not get details of our funding, our funds, or as of now. So those things, once we are able to open up our donor funding area, if we open it up, we'll be able to get more money and we'll not have to depend on only one or two people that we know and we'll be knocking at their door every day. So my thing is we will need to spread our net, cast it bigger, and leave the burden on the known donor that we have right now. Akwe.
Akpano, what for Steve Lafima?
Akwe, okay, Makoba, we want to field in as many many questions as possible from the viewers. Yet I do have a question or two. Let me defer very quickly to the viewer question. We've answered that of Mr. Michael Fiati and the Ivy, but we would like to know what asset is he bringing to the position. Nyamanyana is a question I got my new like said. Maripuna is a question I got my day. Can you answer the question? We would like to know what assets you are bringing to the position.
Well, na me be a asset come a cock born at that position. Well, I do not have a liability, so I'm an asset. My previous experience handling not-for-profit organizations and being part of a group that has a non-for-profit base is an asset. Okay. I've already stated that the way Ceana is going with how they present their financials and how they report their accounts will not allow us to be able to get funding if you want to. And I already stated also that if I'm given the chance, or if you decide to elect me, one of the things that I think I will do that will strengthen our financial is that we have to have a proper recording. I know we have a lot of financial people on this program or this Ceana team, but still, over the years, things are still the same it is. But I'm just saying that if I'm given the chance, I think we streamlined this financial reporting, and the court should be ready to vote for it so that we'll be able to prepare our financial or report our financial properly. And this is the assets I'm bringing in. If your question is being answered.
Akbar, the Ivy can always come back. Okay, I take it back. You continuously emphasizing on how we report our accountant, just because you do have a tax, you are a tax professional, and it does appear, but that is why you continuously keep emphasizing on that. Gaka, you mentioned something about Form 990 detail. Nyamanyana, if the Chicago court rep did make it known to the association, but as of last year, yes, Ceana did file the Form 990 detail, and that was occasioned by some other core members asking for it, and most especially Chicago was also in the forefront asking for. We used to file the short form, but then we did file the detail last year. Nyamanyana, if your core reps made that known to you, that is just a point of information. Marco, let's go to the next question.
Is it okay if I can say something on that?
Sure, please do. Please do.
My experience working with the bank. Okay, I work as a banker, not the front line. I work behind. So I look into credits. Okay, for an association or an organization to be able to get a loan or to get funding, the financial reporting is one of the important things that we looked at. The way the financials are presented is what determines whether you're going to be getting a loan or you're not going to getting a loan. So I'm not depending only on the 990 that is being reported, but it is one of the things also that when you are, even if you want to buy a property, you still need a 990 with the financials. Even though you have prepared a 990, you still need the financials. So these two things are the core document that we request for when you are going into financial. If you need any financing.
Okay.
Thank you.
Akbar, Miaba second candidate is also waiting in the wings to come out data. We need to wrap up this section very quickly. what you are talking about but means for us to be able to get some other source of funding like grants and subsidies and other things. That is what, for viewers, that is what you are intending. But we need to improve our other sources of funding like grants. Okay. Marco, let me take this last question, then we can wrap up with you. Yenyaba, coach for success 800. But if you had to step into the position of the president of Ceana, what would you do to improve the issues of funding to develop our land? Coach for success, where you promoted to the president. If you were to step in his shoes, what would you do? You'll be a cabinet member, so probably this is very appropriate as to what you would be telling the president as to how to improve the issue of funding to develop the Everland.
Okay, thank you. I think the Ceana covers both US and then Canada. We still have, to me, if I am stepping in the position of the president today, I think we have a lot of areas that we can tap in. First, we have members who has businesses around the country, and these businesses bank with our local banks. Okay, I will try to have a relationship with the local banks that support this call. I know the bank that I worked for before, we do have a community development that is solely for 501(c)(3) organizations. You can tap into that, and then I can tap into that and get funding through that for the development of the Everland, if I was make it simple and short. Thank you.
Okay, for Michael, but for Seth, you mean you are bringing your intellectual asset to support Ceana. If I may ask, what is your motivation for volunteering for the role? Actually, is one of the questions one of the last questions. And let me add to that for Michael, if I could add to your question. Yenyaba, Abu Seth, we've been knowing you for years now. And as Mama indicated, we all knew you from the Chicago. Yeah, Manyaba, you have volunteered a lot in many other areas. One of it, Yenyaba, your volunteerism in the Chicago enclave itself, in terms of the Ever Association, the Ghana National Council, and a few others, even your church organization and what have you. So you have been involved with Ceana. You contested for the financial position of Ceana some few years back. So meaning that you came forth and wanted to volunteer yourself, but that didn't work out. You went back and then you wanted to serve on the call. So you went back and then got elected as a call rep from Chicago to serve on the call before this position became available. And here you are volunteering yourself again to the service of Ceana. So to emphasize the point here, what is your motivation? Why would you want, you could do so in many other ways, but why do you really want to serve Ceana in the capacity in which you are asking for a vote at this time?
Thank you. Well, I think you have answered part of the questions for me already, so I'll continue with the rest. Okay. I benefited from the Ceana, as I mentioned, that Peki Jacket had a project that was done by Ceana, and that's my hometown, and I know my niece, my nephew, and my grandchildren will have access to that. Okay. What will be the best thing for me to offer? We're looking for more money. We're looking for more projects. And I see that if we are able to straighten up the way we organize things, we'll be able to get to extend our assistance to other locations or other communities. Okay. Now, why do I come back again, or why do I went through the call, and then here I am with the treasurer. Okay. Still, when I came up the first time, whatever was going on, I don't think there has been any change. So I still want to say it's not maybe because I wanted to see what Ceana is or to have the name Ceana, but I think I can have what they call that desire to serve a nation and to serve my people. For the benefit they are getting from this thing. Okay, I just want my penny also in the service of Ceana. Not just only contributing money, but I want to volunteer my other service or my other talents that I have. Thank you.
Yo, Akpa for Seth, Abaleka Magblina, for Frank, who is our next candidate, is waiting in the wings to come on. Yet we are going to wrap up here. Okay, let me defer to Mama Sadiji, the Empress, if she has any follow-up question.
For Seth, Akpa, for Michael, no, for Seth, Biambade. For Seth, you mean you are bringing your intellectual assets to support Ceana? If I may ask, what is your motivation for volunteering for this role? Afi Sankofa Online Humber, if Sankofa Online endorses him, I assure you he is ready. Madakuku Atianami short response to a question mark or Miyako second candidate Akovaje Akban.
Okay. Maraku, about second question, it was added to full Steve though. But what is the motivation for volunteering? And I said that okay, my town, my hometown has, I keep on using my hometown. I know there's some other communities that were benefited from the Ceana project, but my hometown benefited from it. And I know my family are going to have that school. They attend that school. So it's giving me that motivation. But even if I contributed my money, I still have my strength. I still have my talent to contribute towards this thing. So that's my motivation. The project I'm seeing, what I'm seeing Ceana doing. And I think that if I offer my services, my voluntary services, we could do more. And that's what's in my, what they call motivation. Thank you for Mike.
Akbar.
Yo, Akbar for yeah, okay. Dr. Faith said Ababio-Twi. Thank you so much for availing yourself to us this morning. It was rather at a very short notice. We meet Akbar now, and we know but you are way back there in Ghana, but you found time to join us this afternoon. So we wish you all the best of luck on behalf of Ceana Central. We wish you all the best of luck. Please, your closing remarks.
Barakuku akpena Ceana TV akpena enukpola okple nyasela nyu akpedada toki yina amiku le comment doda akpena mi kake nu ekele vevere kwenyebe on the 17th miere kuna miajiha ne miachwa sei be miadakona efo Faith Ababio-Twi Akpenami.
Yo, Akpena Oha. Mama Kaleko la me take a short break day. Then we can get back to Miavaji and Kosiva and a young black Madi. The Miako Kofla Yama Wood study. The Viavia Yida Ghana, the Miavek. For Frank, Yenya the Akpa Nami. Thank you once again. Don't touch that dial. We want you to listen to the second candidate, and just as we did with our first candidate, Dr. Faith Ababio, who is here asking for your vote. Please let's do the same, and then let's post your questions. Abnamia Wood, you're very interactive. You are watching Ceana Central. We'll be right back after the short break.
Welcome to Ceana TV. You are watching from Ceana Central, hosted by Steve and Empress Mawusi. Ceana, helping build Everland.
Are you ready to start a rewarding career in healthcare? Become a certified home health aide in the state of New Jersey with our 2-week training program. Enroll today to begin your journey. It is simple. Email us at pccshhtrainingschool@gmail.com or newmanpccsinfo@gmail.com to reserve your spot in our New Jersey Board of Nursing approved training course. Receive expert training. Our hands-on comprehensive home health aid program offers more than just knowledge. It provides real-world experience. Learn directly from seasoned professionals who will guide you every step of the way. Transform your future with skills that truly makes a difference. Begin your career with expert guidance and hands-on practice. You will be certified and ready to launch a successful career as a home health aide. Don't wait. Start your healthcare journey with us today. Contact us to enroll. Call us at 862-755-8464 or 848-218-1555 or 773-960-5416 or send an email to pccshhtrainingschool@gmail.com or newmanpccsinfo@gmail.com. What are you waiting for? Grab this opportunity to transform your future with skills that truly makes a difference. Hello, on behalf of Ceana, in collaboration with the Our Association of Washington DC Metro Inc., it is our honor and joy to welcome you to Ceana 2026 Convention. We are proud to host this historic gathering in the heart of Maryland, and we are ready to take it to a whole new level. With bold vision and unwavering commitment, we are elevating excellence in every detail, ensuring that Ceana 2026 will be unforgettable. This year's theme, Preserving Culture, Inspiring Generations, is more than a slogan. It is a promise to honor our heritage, empower our youth, and unite our global Ewe family in purpose and pride. For decades, Ceana has been the heartbeat of a people determined to celebrate their roots and shape their future. From the vibrant rhythms of Agbaja and Bobobo to the quiet wisdom of our elders, every convention has been a living tapestry of tradition, unity, and vision. Join us from September 3rd to September 7th, 2026 at Bethesda North Marriott Hotel, Maryland. Come ready to reconnect, to rejoice, and to raise funds to help build our Eweland. This is your moment. Register early, volunteer your time and talent, give generously to fuel the future, and most of all, share the message. Let the world know that Ceana is not just alive, it is thriving. Together, we preserve culture. Together, we inspire generations. Together, with the Our Association of Washington DC Metro Inc., we build Ceana 2026. Join us to make history. Ceana 2026. Honor the past, empower the future. Visit www.ceana2026.org for more information. See you there.
2026.
Yes.
Welcome you. DMV.
Yes.
Ceana 2026.
Welcome to Ceana TV. You are watching from Ceana Central, hosted by Steve and Empress Mawusi. Ceana, helping build Everland.
Hey! Nyato well, a todo mama said to Yamagaragana Empress Mawusi, a lot to Bazukukla, a for Steve, La Ceana talk to a diva here, the mammy that's a mammy that on Digawi, the Kevaser dog, I have.
Nyasala klo nupola ba le mi search otogbi olokojoko gbo enyo yona ba mama seduji enye ganye Empress Mawusi enye ganye to gbozuku nyanto minya e afia kpemele just to stay on point man opopon gbeshi agba ba nya fi ologa kaji komele nyasala nupola gba mi eko amotohi omavado okova wonaje o standing they are vying for the position of treasurer na Ceana miato minya miapa ganya over kpekpemfia ta ehia ba miaji ameke le qualified no handle miapa ganya e fo set pon koima Ababio ma Dr. Seth Ababio-Twi, Yema Miss Ipon Kovayi, Fifi Lifea, Miako Wanako Yiji, Miado, Wisdom, Mark Brother, na Afo Frank, Bloani, Aloma na Magbanya, Afo Steve Lafima.
Yeah. Hey, Mama, Marquema, Mia Addison, Mia Ida Ghana de. Na yento no aba ade doki afiami. Na emiten call yom ni amala shoba Apple Frank. Mia correct. It's Apple Frank, Marco Leke, Elafma.
Steve.
Apple Frank, Leke.
Afo Frank, I don't vivichilo.
Yeah, well, near the lighting from
I never light an ajankuma no bongu or no magbano because nala magbano go.
That's one close the window. Yeah. Okay.
Ella better.
I like getting better. I like getting better.
Oh, okay. It's not yellow fever.
Okay. Yeah. Ghana hello.
I'm a Ghana.
You came here Badum like Ghana and Tolo. Okay. Yeah, for Frank, come out with ways of Ceana. Abale kama mama said Diane Blonny na. Yeah, and Yale go Biana Yamanueta. Let me defer to her. Mama,
yo, Afo Frank, where's on cover Ceana Central G? Miawa tradition la fie nyeba na vako. Maybe mia mado ami jeshu ho gaka mado ma jeshu. Ta mado kuku de dokyo fiade. Apoka me na chwa meke na nye. Ngi ata olaba mia vote no cover treasurer position na maku over to you.
Yo, akpe unko yenye Frank Sena Polanyi mecho agate na me yo me cho Central Porter Regional ele kweve kwe hafetume. So menyabe miao viewers do ome donate go. So them ya allow mla matao a combine wo. So Ceana, I've been in Ceana for over 10 years, but recently, the past 3 years, I've become affiliated with the AV Association of New York. My background professionally, I'm a CPA. I work currently with a nonprofit organization which serves underserved communities, deprived communities. And what I will emphasize mostly during this interaction is the background or my background that relates to the position that I'm interacting with you for. I'm an accountant by profession, by virtue of being a CPA. I work with an organization in New York, and for purposes I will not disclose, but they have a budget of over 200 million. I am the senior VP for finance and oversee the financial strategy of the organization. So in my position, I'm responsible for the investment decision, financial reporting, and regulatory relations, as well as banking relations. I've been working in this position and other positions for over 40 years. So I've thought a great deal about putting in my heart for this position, and three things stand out that I think motivates me. One is the experience that I've gained over the period. One of the challenges of nonprofit organizations is attracting qualities individuals who have the prerequisites to either run the organization, and in this case, providing financial leadership. This being a new position, it requires somebody who has the experience to not only design a financial structure for you, but also develop strong internal controls that gives confidence, transparency, and outcomes that are very satisfactory to your members or as our members. So for an organization that has about 200 million budget with about 20 sub entities doing housing, construction, as well as providing shelter services. It is a complex organization that I run that I believe with that experience I can bring to bear at Ceana. This being a new position, therefore, requires the structures that I've mentioned, policies, reporting structures that are very simple for individuals without financial background to be able to read and understand. And also fundraising being the core source of funding, provide my experience in how we raise funds at my various organizations to close the gap, from monies that we receive from Medicaid or government sources. Fundraising can be challenging because you go to the same well every time to raise the funds, and that can be challenging. I've always mentioned that when you go to Ceana, you have people who not only bought tickets to fly over there, they pay for hotels, then they have to also pay for registration, and then are asked to contribute. So that can be a big burden on people who, really are committed, but may be limited in funding. So there has to be supplemental sources of funding that are not purely based on the individuals that are members who donate at their local level and also donate at the national level. So we have to look at the other alternatives. One of them would be corporate fundraising. In New York, for instance, we have large corporate organizations that support a lot of causes like ours. So one of the things that I would recommend to the fundraising committee is to expand the net and look at corporations that have same interests as we do. It could also be entities that work directly or indirectly in Ghana that have branches here, and we can reach out to them and explain the importance of our mission, not only providing scholarships, but also helping with literacy and leadership. We also do our brochures. These brochures can be a big source of revenue if we reach out to corporations, even some individuals with small businesses, to advertise in our brochures. I'm not currently sure how much is charged per page or per advert, but it could also be enhanced to see how individuals in business or people who just want to project themselves can pay for and support our mission. A strong nonprofit organization requires a strong financial structure. People give money with the expectation that the funds will be used for the purposes that they've donated. So there is an expectation that not only do we account for the money, but we show the results of our effort. So reporting is very important, either at local level or at national level. There should be monthly financial reporting made very simple that people can understand and relate to it. Annually, we should do, financial reporting in accordance with general accepted accounting principles, which obviously would be audited if we want to do a full audit or review. Because if you can afford a full audit, you could do a lower level of audit that is called a review. That still gives you confidence that your accounts are being, taken care of, and there is a stewardship that is being accounted for. The bank statements should be constantly audited, and if those are done regularly, then the possibility of appropriation of funds are severely limited. If you don't mind, let me just plug my phone so I don't cut off. So that is very important in securing the integrity of the funding and the donations that we have. Another way of giving, another way of being transparent is having the reports generated and reported on timely basis. So you don't have a financial statement for a month that is reported 3 months after the fact. It has to be current. And that gives people confidence that, money is coming in and going out at the same time. Then there's a strategy of investing your funds. If you have a budget that is approved by whether it's core or a committee that's responsible for budgeting, then expenditures should be consistent with that budget. Any deviation from the budget will require either an approval or a budget modification that is subsequently approved. So people don't question why things have changed since the last time they've approved the financials.
Yo.
So those are some of the strengths that I bring to the table, and I'll be glad to answer any questions that you may have.
Yo, Mama Marco, one or two questions I don't last year. Okay, Apple Frank, Marco, Banter, never
comment the card.
Makoba, okay, you're welcome, Manalo. Apple Frank, happy Mia, either question idea. First of all, Mia Dakpano, but you've availed yourself, Manyaba, you are very busy in Ghana. You are in Ghana for some event, and today is a really tight schedule for you, but you have availed yourself at the very last minute because we've been in contact throughout the week. We just made this happen probably about an hour ago that we made this happen. So thank you for availing yourself. But having said that, Marco, you've enumerated a number of things that Ceana can do or should be doing in terms of our financial and financial handling, financial report. And if I may ask, Lo, how involved have you been personally with Ceana in the past? And secondly, what is your understanding, Alo? What is, can you give us an insight to what you do know about Ceana and some of the things that you enumerated? If you have had the occasion to see, has Ceana done any of this in the past, like you're talking about, budget, advertising in the brochures, and also MIAPA reporting in terms of financial reporting on a monthly basis and budget being approved? Any of the things that you have enumerated, have you had occasion to know from a personal point of view if Ceana has been doing any of these things or have done any of these things, and there is a need for it to be modified or there is a need for it to be done a little differently? Personally, your personal involvement with Ceana in the past.
Right. So in this case, I'll be cheating a little bit because at the pre-interview, I got some insight as to how things are currently, and I know there are some reporting. You file your annual regulatory uh, filing of the 990, and there are some systems in place, but I'm not very familiar with the details, or I've not seen any reporting or a bank statement because I'm not very involved currently with the financials of Ceana.
Yo, akpa kagwamenya ba da Ivy who the Ivy Marku Magawumolo. I'm putting you on blast. Kagwamenya ba da Ivy bakla Apple ni bakla a call rep okay to UV. I can't be the one new if you have not been breathing Apple Frank, all the things that Sarah has been doing and what the success we have in place already. Hello, Apple Frank, I'm a meeting Vama. I'm your briefing Africa. I'm a meeting Vama. Because my Java Mrs. Loco will be jumping in her seat right. Mrs. Loco will be jumping in her seat right now because when she was our financial secretary for so many years and became our DOA for so many years, and she's a member of UVA. Anyway, that is just by the way. Frank,
I may have comments the coach for success 800. Albert, thanks, Alpha Frank. Based on your experience, what are the specific internal controls that you think will be relevant for Ceana fundraising strategies, and what policy documents would you recommend?
Thanks, Empress. So one of the internal controls that I see are very necessary based on my observation, how you do fundraising. Especially, oh my.
Hello? Ababio mianto mienya na Ghana internet. Alo ipa phone adochia.
I baby I plug it in. So yeah, I'm a cover.
Maybe you would do so phone I'm in charge.
Okay, I think he's back. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, Frank. Go ahead.
I quickly speak. So as I was saying, one of the observation that I made at the fundraising, especially on Sundays, when we raise funds, when people go around, I see that the same person who collects the money writes up the information, and people go back and forth with the funds without an independent person, I believe, monitoring it. That, to me, has to be structured in a way that if people are given envelopes, how much they are contributing, the individuals should indicate on the envelope themselves how much they are contributing, not to be left to those people who are going around to contribute. That's one observation. But on a general process of setting up internal controls, there shouldn't be the same individuals who, collect money, deposit money, and do the bank reconciliation. And so when I asked the question whether this particular position was in existence, I was told no. So that means all the processes was vested in the financial controller. So it's good that this position is created. There should be, in terms of check writing, check approval, there should be a process that allows a third party, rather than the treasurer and the financial controller, be involved in the monitoring of the bank accounts. on fundraising level, if there is a reporting process that lets individuals who are either at the various chapters know that besides the major events, what other fundraisings are coming in, then to me that would also give some transparency. Check writing, check reconciliation, those are all internal controls that should be put in place. And again, I know I've been chastised for not knowing the processes in place at UVA, but I'm definitely aware of what should be done to make any system strong. And if there is any doubt at this point that you don't have the systems in place, with my experience, I'll definitely provide that to you to get to where you should be.
Akbar. Coach for Success, Gayiji Buddy. For Frank, working with Ceana Core can be challenging. What is the leadership style that you have that you believe will help you work on a cordial basis with Core?
Right. So I've worked with, board of directors. I've worked with city officials. The leadership skill that I bring to the table is understanding the needs of the organization. We all know what Ceana stands for. And if individuals in the core group have expectations that I am satisfying or I'm providing, there shouldn't be any conflict. That's why I mentioned that budget should be approved. If the budget is submitted and is voted on and is approved and expenditures are consistent with that budget, it reduces misunderstanding. It reduces any friction at all. So if I am to imagine what would create such challenges from core group, I would say lack of transparency could be the culprit. So I'll be very transparent. But if my leadership skill of reaching out to people, making them understand, explaining to them, what assumptions that I've made in making either a decision or providing them some information, I'll go all lengths. So I am a team player. I don't, enjoy having confrontation, but I'm also very firm in stating my position. But the decision finally would be made by those who are entrusted with the authority to make decisions.
Akbar. For Michael Fiachinha Buddy. For Frank, thanks for your extensive experience and motivation to support Ceana. If I may ask, what does ethical stewardship of donor and member funds mean to you in a non-profit setting? Afi da Ivy Haber. Frank has been attending meetings regularly. I believe he is just telling the group that he would be adding to improve the process. For Michael Gayijiba, I love that answer. So let's go back to the question for Michael asked earlier. Shikenya still worship donor club member fans are mean to you in a non-profit setting.
Thanks. So I mentioned earlier on that people donate to UVA with the understanding that the funds would be used for the purpose that the fund was raised for. There is also a secondary expectation that, there will be accountability. So individuals who are spending the money have to, in reality and in perception, be above board at all times. If you have any conflict of interest in either awarding a contract, say you are doing construction in Ghana, and you are in a position that you have a conflict, you have to either disclose that, or if it requires a vote that you are, critical in, making that decision, recuse yourself so that there is no question about your ethical standards. So I just gave that one example, but we should also ask the leadership to disclose any conflict of interest annually. So we will have a conflict of interest policy, which individuals in key positions have to fill each year to indicate that they don't have any conflict of interest with any of the contracts that are being awarded. The stewardship should be a way to account and be transparent with your donors who have sacrificed to support the mission.
Akba a full frank. Madakukucho Onkwoma from your ancestry Nanama Agbogbomba fundraising team. You keep referring to the fundraising team. Would you lead the effort to fundraise with the corporations or from the corporations you talk about? And if you are elected, would you lead the effort to be part of the fundraising team?
Absolutely. If it requires me to reach out to the network of individuals that I've worked with or do business with to support Ceana's cause, I'll be glad to do that. In most cases, why I mentioned fundraising team is that we can refer, we do the referrals, or we give leads. And those leads, you soften the ground by first telling somebody that I'm affiliated with this organization. I would want somebody to meet with you and cultivate that relationship. But in a small organization, if we don't have the resources to have a development team that would fundraise, absolutely, I'll be part of that. Bring my network to the fore. And one thing that is always good when you have a CEO or the president of the organization being part of the fundraising team is because of the gravitas that they bring to the table. I know these people. If I'm selected and I'm asked to reach out to them, but it's also important for them to know that this is not another way of asking them for money after I've done that for my regular organization. So I want them to be exposed to other individuals as well.
Akbar. For Frank, Mabialo, how tolerant are you? Because Manyaba working with Ceana, to tell you the truth, Elabajina show. That much Mabial. How tolerant are you? Na aba madava glonya dama yinwe now alongo me yimale na expecting mode. Are you not just going to get up one day and be like, you know what, I quit this position or something like that? How tolerant are you? Makbaba ma fafe na, and I hope bangma num na le bottle ma chi onya, because michiba miakwa ganyaro kanabano. I'm just kidding.
I know. It's water.
Hey, maybe I got a Christmas mood, mate.
Your questions are making me drink more water, Empress.
I'm just trying to lighten the mood. Trust me.
Absolutely.
Well spoken anyway. You're very, very well spoken. I like that. So, Steve, do you have any questions for him?
Hey, Marco, for Frank, you've made Amada ugly, but you've made a lot of breaking news this morning. Talked about a lot of things. Gakia, as a Ceana insider, both of us are Ceana insiders, right? I was a former PRO and she's the current PRO. So we have been spokespersons for Ceana for some years now. So we are Ceana insiders. Yeah, but we are very familiar with Ceana and what Ceana does. Most of the things that you've spoken about, Egba, Makboba, they already have it in place. So it could just be, but you use the right word, but you may have made some assumptions. So I like the honesty, but you may have made some assumptions here. Yeah, Makboba, the IV is here writing back and forth, but for Frank is asset. It's an asset to UVA. Kaka, you made something, you made a unique statement today. When it comes to fundraising day, if you said that intentionally or perhaps unknowingly, but you don't want to go back to the same people trying to find a way to solicit funding from them when you have already done that for your organization. And your organization, I'm assuming that you meant UVA, and therefore you've already exposed UVA to them and you have gone to them. If I read into that, you are giving them a lot of leads and they are raising a lot of money. It is not trickling down to
Nice try. No, that's not what I meant. No,
I mean, saving that money for UVA.
Right. So,
Marco, we got 10,000, 12,000, and so you got 30,000, 20 and 50,000. I mean,
yeah, those are suggestions. So Steve, we will try to implement it at UVA level. But it's an idea. And what I meant really, Betty, people become tired sometimes. That does not mean that you can't contribute at local level and the national level, but you have the resource. You know what goes on in Ceana, where you try so hard, and yet you have a ceiling that you can't go beyond, and that is not because people don't want to contribute. Realistically, you have to see, how much an individual can contribute. So that's why I'm suggesting expanding the base, the net, and get more into it.
Comments via Sister Ivy, but he has also been present at most of our conventions and supports as well. Coach for Success, Hamber, if you were made president of Ceana, what strategy would you use to improve on grant writing opportunities for Ceana? Coach for Success, Hamber, you got it, Mama. And Sister Matilda Akahoba, Mama could be talking from experience. What has she been drinking during the show? I cannot reveal it, but I need it when I am, Akbano, Sister Matilda, for noticing, but I'm not of sound mind. Akbano kaka. Evivia, Miako and Yako Yiji, Ofo Frank Madakuko Obade. If you were made president of Ceana, what strategy would you use to improve on grant writing opportunities for Ceana, which actually is going to be in effect? Mieja Gomaba, Miako new administration here to reduce donor fatigue. We want to start reaching out, or they have been reaching out already. We are sending it to another level. If you are Mijibamia Abiega cooperation so clear, if you are over Mabia strategy ke use Ganala na ko improving her.
Okay, I know it referred to president, but for the treasury position, which I'm running for, the strategy I use at my organization is find some of the organizations that have identical or have missions that identical to what we do. So we develop a catalog of either foundations or even other nonprofits. Nonprofits do give money to other nonprofits because their mission is to find out, what you are doing, and they raise funds and distribute it. So there are templates for grant writing, either for foundations, for corporations, or even rich individuals have a process or ways that you could tap into their funding. So my strategy first is to identify those organizations, small, big, medium, and have them in a database. See when their cycle of donation is in season. There are some that, they by January, you have to put in your proposals. And if you miss a deadline, you are not going to be considered. So we develop a list of targeted corporations, foundations, and then we do a calendar. If you have a template of what we stand for, what we do, you just tweak it to meet their standard or the format that they want, and you submit. So I would be interested in working with the existing team to see who are they targeting and which areas are they. I know Ceana is national in the USA, so there are certain regions that have a congregation of foundations who support our type of mission. Liberal states have more of those organizations than in very conservative states. So New York is a liberal state, and some of those reach out to organizations like Ceana. If we reach out to them, they will be very responsive. So I would be willing to do that. One question they ask is, why am I not doing that for UVA? It's something that I've mentioned. Ivy knows about it, and we can implement it both at local level and national level, but it has to be coordinated. That if a local chapter is reaching out to, say, United Airlines or Delta Airlines, that is coordinated with the national, so you don't have two applications, but how the credit is shared. That would be for a decision made by the leadership.
Comment at the Sister Ivy, Sister Empress, for your information, Frank is a team player, experienced and affable to everyone. Afio Gaba, well noted. Nyasala Klonukpala Mako Midways on Amikova Ceana Central J. For Steve, is it time for a little break?
Yo, Mama, Mapova, Yamana, Dive, Yenya, for Frank by campaign manager, lo, head of campaign team, Mapova, any, your messages, or Gatavazu, a campaign slogan, so the propaganda, Viviano.
That's okay. That's okay.
Don't pay us no attention. What I'm talking about, that Ivy share that we go way back. Don't pay us no attention. Anyway, hey, Mama, Marco, me I take a quick break day. Nah, for Frank, no, I got them a year. Now I'm a shamaha, Marco. This is very important. We are getting ready to wrap up. Yet another question I did last year, American. I quick do that right after this break day. Let me have for Frank. That be that no and you have a closing remark. You once again here, you are welcome to Ceana Central. We'll be right back after this short break.
Welcome to Ceana TV. You are watching from Ceana Central, hosted by Steve and Empress Mawusi. Ceana, helping build Everland.
Meet Akpene and Ceana, two second-generation young adults who grew up outside of the Ewe land but never lost the connection to their roots. Raised in the DMV's Ewe community and members of the Volta Dance Ensemble since their childhood, now they have come full circle. The same knowledge poured into them as children is what they're now passing down. Recently, they led cultural lessons, guiding new learners with patience, intention, and the pride of knowing they're carrying something bigger than themselves. A beautiful reminder that culture doesn't only survive in the homeland, it survives wherever it's taught, shared, and lived. Akpene and Ceana are proof that even when you grow up far from the Ewe land, you can still keep the rhythm of your heritage alive. As we prepare for the 33rd annual Ceana convention, their leadership shows us exactly how culture continues.
Ceana 2026, Dojana Milo.
We drop another. One side, shoulder. I have a dream. I have a dream that Ceana 2026 will be great.
Yes.
I have a dream again.
Yes.
That from New York to Boston, from Chicago to Toronto, all will be here in Washington, D.C. to make Ceana great.
Welcome to Ceana TV. You are watching from Ceana Central, hosted by Steve and Empress Mawusi. Ceana, helping build Everland.
Yo, Akpena Amashama, most especially Miamika sent in your questions. Yenya Bagba mi pununa for Seth, Dr. Faith Seth Ababio-Twi. Api Miganu Pomna for Frank. It's been very interactive and it's been very interesting. For Frank has been spending some time with us, answering all our questions and interacting with us. We bring this up. Both of them are vying for the position of the treasurer of Ceana. This is a new position, so we thank you all for joining. Api Mianana for Frank Napu no Anami ever closer remarks. Once again, thank you so much. And Mama said that you'll be asking you that last question, and then we will roll into your closing remarks. But I like me say, but thank you so much for availing yourself for us for the show. Thank you so much. We really enjoy having you here. So let me yield to Mama said you, my boss.
Madakuko question ada kamala shinyuga ke mahle last commenter. Acho coach for success Bob Ceana Media. Great interview session. You did it all. Love from Lolonyo Association of North Carolina Evers. Thank you so much for all the comments, Coach for Success. Manya Meko Nanyo, but I have a strong feeling I know you. Akbana Miakata, Fifia Miako platform and Ofo Frank. na wanami for closing remarks. And for Frank, we are wishing you well with election. We hope new the shadow aijing na mina miama vakata. But the kuku atiana mi miapa closing remarks. So
Sure. Of course, Steve, Mama Empress, thank you very much for the opportunity. And for those who have encouraged me to vie for this position, I'm very appreciative. One of the things that any organization needs, especially nonprofit organization, is to get talent. People with really good experience that can provide the assurance that the membership is looking for. This is a volunteer position, and I understand that. I've volunteered my time personally, building a kindergarten in my town, a computer lab center for my town as well, from my personal funds. So I see this as a bigger stage, to help. If my skills can help Ceana strengthen its financial position, bring its books, to a standard of the accounting principles, make it reliable that members can trust. And from that trust, they contribute more. Then this will be a well-served purpose. I subscribe to the mission of Ceana, and I want to be part of it. Even though I've been part of it for the past 10 years, I want to be a more impactful, provide more impactful service. And hopefully 4 years from now, we could look back and say, this probably was the turning point where Ceana's financials ceased to become an issue. And I thank you all for giving me the opportunity.
Akpa of Frank, Madokuku, Nkakananyo Nohe. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for joining Ceana Central. Before you leave, subscribe to Ceana Central YouTuber.
Yes.
Okay, Akpa. Akpelo.
I do. I know. Steve is laughing. He said he did it. No, I do, Steve. I do.
We wish you all the best. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Empress. Thanks,
right.
Steve.
Bye.
Have a nice one. Bye-bye.
Yo, Akbar. Yo, I'm a shaman that have joined. I just saw my president just, we wish you all the best. Okay, we wish you all the best, Nyatape. And I haven't served the Ceana in so many capacities. I think we owe it as a responsibility to, especially those who are watching us for the first time. Most of the things that Miaba candidates have spoken about, that they are contesting for a position, so they espouse various ideas. That is not to say that none of that is implemented at this point, from budgeting to reporting to everything. Those has been done consistently over the years. I have been associated for the last 10 years or so, when I've been a core member, and I have served as the chair of the fundraising committee and have served as the PRO. So let me assure all our viewers, all our donors here, but what we're looking for is improvement on the systems that we have, and that is what our candidates aspire for. But as to some of the systems that they aspire to want to improve, they are already in place, and we continue, but we are always looking for talents so that they can come in and help us improve. Most especially in Miaba fundraising sources. Miaba fundraising sources that we can always use any help that we can, so that we can take full advantage of all the fundraising sources out there, so that we can maximize. As it stands right now, most of our fundraising sources has been from individuals over the years. Ima Mama said Global, there could be some donor fatigue. But I would like to applaud all of the candidates that have built themselves. Chicago, the founding member of the Ceana, and so is New York. These are some of the bedrocks of Ceana. So they have been there since the very beginning to now. So it's really refreshing, but we have members from these two organizations that are coming. They are volunteering themselves to continue to help us build on what we started many years ago and take it to the next level. So I think we just owe it as a responsibility to reassure Miabe viewers and the donor world out there. Look, the biggest donor that we have had ever in the history of Ceana came from individual donor, came from New York, Mr. Charles Gore, a very good friend, who gave us a 13,000 at one of our conventions. So it's so refreshing to note, but these guys will not be giving us money if they found us wanting in some of the areas that we've talked about today. But we are so glad we have these two professionals that want to bring to bear their professionalism and their contacts and their know-how so that they can help us to continue to find ways and means we can continue to build Ceana so that we can be of better service to the Everland. Mama Sadiji, Marku, Nanyara Lashua, Namia, a quick any updates are do, and then updates are the Lashua, they are now. Marku.
Miapa convention update for Agba Yenyaba. So far 340 registrants or register ho 340 menya vinya go lao miato menyaba. We are in the year where we're going to be having the convention in Washington DC, Miwagala Bethesda, Maryland. Kaka Ceana planning committee aba mia convention committee aba mia na mia nyaba, they are out of the office for now. Ta na mi yoyom eye mi email drum da eye mi text messages so drum la ye mi answer kpoma. Don't be discouraged. They are out of the office until January 15th. There are no truck body. They'll catch up on answering your questions, and if you have any concerns, they'll be addressing that. Over at the moment, oko breaker, oko cultural rehearsal womi. Oba manya vie jojom kra le East Coast afima. Ta next convention ya va onto wonu dokiolo ta. That is the only update I have so far. We have 340 registrants so far. Ta nyama kwela shinye ma at the moment ye bajani.
Yo, Mama Saduji, akpana wo updates ma. Can me have part of me have organizers over there out of the office. Ka ablonya ko dumola na ma.
Hello. It also gives them the chance to also, they are still logistically taking care of things that rehearsal plongota olechi.
Akpana wo updates. Ka Ceana media ha marku yenyapa na subscribe egba hada koadi. Why haven't you subscribed yet? The last time I came and check, it was only 1.5. About 1,500 people that have subscribed so far. Yet why? Miaba Ceana, Ceana near fraternity. I miss Subo na mai. Eta mad kukunami. Na as a miabanko egbanya the first time care you are joining us. Just go to miapa Ceana Everland today. Ceana.Everland. Yenya miapa YouTube channel then just subscribe. Miapa Facebook. Yeah, Mama Sadiji is working on many other social handles. You are not following us, you are not subscribing. How do we get to and tell our story? Miapa Mamanto blogger, Miapa Ode, Miapa Vaejo. Yeta de Ceana, Miko Miado Kiko for Samba, Miaja Bagbana, Miano Putum, Miapa Abanibaba Nyang. Eta de me pashi plemi nemia wewanyo. Ceana media yenyapa every weekday me have a lineup of program. Me jana goma a Saturday, me jana goma Friday. Friday evening. Yeah, me afoga for Lawrence Mawinyega Akona African jazz and traditional music panorama Kokovananami every Friday evening from 8 from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tune in every Friday to listen and get in a groove for the rest of your weekend to set the mood, to set up your mood for the rest of the weekend. Can me chop ma a Sunday indeed. Me of your harbor will take a few days off. I'll take some time off. Otherwise, bright and early at 9:30 a.m. Allo 10:30 Eastern Standard Time is Health and Wellness Hub. Miada Miss Dell, Bakla Miaba motivational speaker. That's Sarah. Akohama Banami. No cholas yajikwa ka enye Bakla the Empress Mihamia Hoshi Yemia Ceana Obenyama from 11 to 1 p.m. Kakamia cholas yajikwa. Mia deso ayide Ghana mia called Dunenyo Bobobo show Benami LGPP later. As soon as we hear, we would link up with her and bring you over show adoko jegomekuya. So we would do that. Yenya miada MFA authentic mama joining us all the way from Accra at Top Radio on her weekly Dunenyo Bobobo show. Kakai habi achola jajikwa we swing back to Miva Miastron which is our weekly program hosted by Dr. Wanyo, Danami, Da Mary, Efosaras, Wakle, Da Enyo Nam, that they teaches all of us. Nyakwa is improving day in, day out. While we become them young, so let's join them. Masaraf more ka a Sunday, ka mia ayide Sunday evening ha Africulture with Laba. Fifia a trivia and what is it? A trivia, so there is a little bit twist to it. So we'll update the flyer going forward as well. Gaka, we are still open for Namada. You have a program at Alo Nadeka feel that you can help us to grow our channel. Please link up with us. Ceana Media, we are always open and looking for them. Okay, there are a few other events upcoming as well. Yeah, and next week, Novinho Haboboy Kele. Novinho Haboboy Kele, Delaware Valley, they are having their beginning of year celebration, which is next week, Saturday at 6 p.m. And this is coming on Philadelphia. So if you happen to be in the neighborhood, please join them as well. New York, next week is going to be this is going to be a big event. Yeah, but we have never in the history of Ceana had the president to give an address. This is a presidential address that is going to give the State of the Nation address. This is an address he's going to deliver. And what the Empress and I are thinking, but he would come, he would deliver his address. So please tune in and listen to what the president has for all of us, for the Epenigba, for the Ceana fraternity. And once it's done, we are trying to assemble a group of panelists that would discuss all the things that the president would come to talk about. So please tune in. It's a special event, and to us, it's a big event that we want all of you. This is going to be the first of its kind. So let's tune in and listen to Afo Willie. This would be his very first time that Mr. William Kuma, the newly elected president, will be talking to us from his office in Atlanta. So tune in next week. Minyaba, New York, as usual. Minyaba, Ghana's independence is coming on very shortly on 6th of March. On the 7th of March, they are having an Independence Day Gala, and they are inviting all of us to join them for the celebration. If you happen to be in the New York, New Jersey area, please join them for this celebration. Yeah, of course, Novici Association is turning 20. So soon, they are going to be 20 years old, and they are asking us to save the date and also mark our calendars for Saturday, August 1st, 2026. That will be having an epic event in the in celebrating and commemorating their 20th anniversary. Of course, we've been talking about Ceana. We are finally in 2026. Yeah, Mama said it. I mean, 340 have already registered. But this number is going to be way up there. So if you haven't registered, today is the day that you need to register right away. I don't want to remind you, but 2026 is the 250th birthday celebration of the United States of America, of US. So there's going to be so many activities happening, most especially in the Washington area. So please register now so that you can secure your hotel, so you don't have to be found wanting when you do decide that there will not be rooms available. So please take advantage. Akpa Nami, can we take a quick break and we'll come up and wrap up our show. Thanks once again for joining us. We'll be right back after this very short break to wrap up the show. Thank you.
Welcome to Ceana TV. You are watching from Ceana Central, hosted by Steve and Empress Mawusi. Ceana, helping build Everland.
Yo, akpa nami ka marku agbaba program ko gaksara fia mafunu gbogbo ita marku minya ma dak pena mi ga dak pena ma oba aklom gada at 2026. I may wish I'm a shaman the best of the year and wishing you a very happy, safe and a healthy new year. Steve, as always, take care of yourself and of each other. Mama, take it away.
Yo, Akbar for Steve. I want to use this opportunity. Madak, but I'm a shamaka, gadamiaji, the program yaji. Maba magbona mi bade mi ato vawo minamicho de kawo wopon goyiya ipa vayejo mi apa dani gbapon goyiya akami amabubu adaka mo wogana miu mi antowe aliji blaga elabana mi antowe mi apa kpla kweyogaba akploko eye koklo ho makpanu no koklo duma vinyanya yikwenya nu vava mo honala amashio Tamia Tovao na koklo kwa tocho ndide mi anyaba afo Steve bla anya Empress Mawusi enye ganye tugbazuku maganye mama saduji miawe akpadam na micho miapa jimaka afa ye pojo gbagbe na miakalo. Bye bye. Saturday miaga odogwe nemiragba. Bye.
God have mercy upon us.